Love, they say, happens in the most unexpected of places. My department called me. They said 2 girls had gone missing in the span of 2 years. They'd been reported missing by the same man, their apparent lover at the time they went missing. A man called Sameer Basra. I had to meet Sameer. The first thing that struck me about Sameer when I met him was that he had this charm, this warmth, this general goodness about him. No wonder young women were falling for him left, right, center. Either he was genuinely innocent and sweet and nice, or he was just bloody cold-blooded. On knowing more about Sameer, I realized that he had a best friend of sorts. His friend that had been with him throughout everything, an aspiring actor called Akash. Akash was the one why Sameer was still normal, why he hadn't gone cuckoo. Sameer said, Akash has been there with me through everything. He's the one who tells me that women go away, it's all right, women come and go, but I'll be there for you forever. I don't know why, I just could not believe anything that Akash was telling me. I asked Sameer to follow him. Sameer was not agreeing to this in the beginning, but I had to convince him. I had to tell him that there was something that Akash was keeping from him, that Akash didn't want Sameer to know. Against his will, Sameer went to Akash's house. There he found some things. He called me extremely troubled, hassled. He said he had found small things, small gifts that he had been giving his girlfriends from Akash's house. I rushed to Akash's house. I saw it. There was these small things that Akash would have had no use for lying in his house. We called Akash. I spoke to him. I had to speak to him like a cop. I had to speak to him in a rough, harsh manner. I didn't know if he had done it or not, but it just felt like he confessed. He couldn't handle a third person in the equation. Not like he could ever tell Sameer that he loved him, because that was the wrong thing to do. He was always told that being in love with a man is a bad thing. It's not the right thing. All this pressure, also the pressure of his career not going anywhere, it all led to Akash committing these seriously gruesome acts. In his confession, Akash told us what he had been doing. He'd become friends with Sameer's girlfriends. He'd make them comfortable around him. He'd take them out, he'd do them small favors, run them small errands, and then he'd take them out to a deserted place, rape them against his will, cut them up, and keep them away. Slowly, he was feeding them to these pigs. There was a sty near his house. He said pigs don't leave anything. They don't leave bones, they don't leave nails, they leave nothing. When asked about the second girlfriend, the recent victim of Akash, he said she too has been consumed by the pigs. There we were. Sameer thought he was his best friend, but he wasn't. Akash is now serving time in a prison. They say he's constantly raped and molested by his fellow inmates. Sameer, on the other hand, is seeking counseling and trying to bring his life back on track. Welcome to a cop's life. Like my grandfather used to always say, truth, my son, is way more fucked up than fiction.